Edward Williams Morley, born January 29, 1838 in Newark, New Jersey, to Reverend Sardis and Anna Morley. In 1857, Morley entered Williams College, his father's alma mater. He received his master's degree in 1863. While at Williams College, he made the first accurate determination of the latitude of the Williams College Observatory. Upon advice of his parents, Morley entered Andover Theological Academy and became a minister. After the Civil War, Morley was an instructor at a private academy in New Marlborough, Massachusetts. He was offered an equal partnership in the academy, but on the advice of his father, he turned it down and in 1868, moved to Twinsburg to become minister of the First Congregational Church. Before leaving Marlborough, he married Isabella Birdsall the day after Christmas. The newlyweds moved to Twinsburg. While in Twinsburg, Reverend Morley realized he loved teaching more than preaching. In 1869, Henry Hitchcock, president of the Western Reserve College in Hudson, offered Reverend Morley a dual position of chemistry professor and college chaplain, which Morley accepted. Once in Hudson, he put together the first laboratory west of the Alleghenies in which students actually participated. In 1882, the college moved to Cleveland and became Case Western Reserve University. There he teamed with Albert Michelson, professor of physics, to measure the speed of light in different directions. In 1887, the pair performed what has come to be known as a Michelson and Morley experiment, to measure the speed of light and the motion of the Earth through the ether using Michelson's interferometer.
If light travels through ether, they reasoned, then as the Earth moves through the ether, the speed of light should be different going with the ether than perpendicular to it. In an attempt to show the effects of ether on the speed of light, Albert Michelson and Edward Morley conducted an experiment in 1887 at what is now Case Western Reserve University. Michelson and Morley devised an apparatus that would detect minute differences in speed between two beams of light. Light from one source is split into two directions through a half-silvered mirror. These beams are bounced between other mirrors and then recombined back into a single beam. When two light beams combine, if their waves are completely synchronized, the peaks combine to make an even more intense peak. If they are one half wavelength off, their peaks combine and cancel out the intensity. Slight differences in speed between two light waves will therefore produce a pattern based on the amount of interference between the two beams. This is known as an interference pattern. Examining the interference pattern from the two light beams sent out in different directions would clearly show if the speed of each light beam were different in different directions. But Michelson and Morley never detected such a difference. Their results were inconsistent with the existence of ether.
The scientific world didn't know what to make of it. The famous scientists in Europe, all Lord Rayleigh and Lord Kelvin and Lord Thomson, were saying, hey, come on, you must have done something wrong here. There has to be an ether. And the whole thing didn't get resolved until many, many years later when Einstein came along.
Einstein's theory of special relativity proposed that the speed of light is always the same, regardless of the speed of the light source. The results of the Michelson-Morley experiment were entirely consistent with Einstein's view of the universe, and this served as the turning point in modern physics.
The Michelson-Morley experiment was an experimental advance in technology that transformed science. Not only physics, but science.